We're back for another edition of the Twin Cities Real Estate Pros podcast. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ron Johnson, licensed real estate agent with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. A big panel today. We've got David Nelson. As always, he is the leader of the Imperial Home Team, licensed with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. Dawn Prasad is here, licensed agent with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. We have to say this for compliance reasons.
Sure.
So we're going to cover all licensed agent with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. The man over there, his name is Mike Woodley. If you've ever had television or radio or the internet over the last 30 years in the Twin Cities, you have at least heard or seen Mike Woodley, but he's here representing Sundance Energy Solutions. He's going to tell us about solar energy, solar panels, how that can help you save some money, helps the environment as well, and tax breaks and a variety of things like that. So a couple of things we like to do here on the show is provide knowledge to our clients, whether you're looking to buy or sell, things that help make your house a little more valuable or things that you're looking for when you buy. We are live on Facebook at a couple of different places on our Imperial Home Team page over there. That's my personal page over there. You can listen to the show on SoundCloud. That's on our website at TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com. We're also on YouTube. This will be on YouTube in a few days at ImperialHomeTeam.tv. So we'll talk to Mike in a little bit, but first we're going to, as we like to do, talk about some of our upcoming listings and buyer needs that we have. And that's why we have Dawn back on the show today. So what do you have coming up?
I actually have 2 active listings right now. I have a single-family house in Minneapolis listed for $139,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It actually just received its license as a rental unit through the city of Minneapolis, so great investment opportunity. There are tenants in there right now. So the address is 2711 14th Avenue South. So if anybody wants to take a look at that, they can get a hold of me. And then I also have a townhome in Apple Valley, 15833 Griffin Path. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Townhome, everything is updated. New flooring.
Everything.
Wow. Everything is updated.
Wow.
Landscaping side, everything. It's awesome. So you need to check that one out too. You need to get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me on Facebook, or my website is dawn.imperialhometeam.com. That's what I have. Active listings.
And we'll have links to those as well on our website, TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com. All right, David. Probably Lakeville, I'm guessing, 4 beds, 4 baths.
That's it.
That's all he ever sells.
Yeah, I mean, they work. If you got 5 bedrooms, don't want to talk to you. Couple kids, 3 bathrooms, don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, Dawn and I will talk to you if you have 5 bedrooms.
Yeah,
right.
So,
I'll refer out.
Yeah,
no,
send the business our way.
Yeah, I've shaved off the upcoming listings down to 1, and it will be coming on probably tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So if you're Facebook Live, you're hearing it here first. It's coming on tomorrow, 18056 Kindred Court. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Main level living, backs up to like a wetlands area. It's very private, and it's coming on at $255,000. The sister one to this one I put on the market last week. It was at 18089 Kindred Circle. Same floor plan, a little bit of upgrades, but not as attractive lot. Hit the market Thursday. We accepted an offer on Friday.
Oh wow!
So we foresee
the one sit around for a little longer.
Yeah, I marinated that one a little bit.
Yep.
So I expect this one to do the same. So everybody that missed out on 18089 is chomping at the bit to see this one. So again, if you're want to see this townhouse, twin home, I should say, it's going to go pretty quickly. Other than that, nothing really I can talk about that's coming on.
Because they're selling too quickly.
Selling too quickly, yeah, bad problem to have. That's all I can say.
It's a good problem to have. All right, well, I had one that just came on the market on Friday. We just put it on the market Friday in Plymouth. It's 15853 27th Avenue North, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,250 square feet. It's a 2-level townhouse. It's in the Wayzata School District. It's got a loft on the 2nd level, so it really gives it a really wide open feel. The guy who bought it, lived there for 3 months, got a job in Arizona, and so he rented it the last 6 years or 7 years, and now he's back and wants to get rid of it. So it's a great place for a downsizer or an investor or a first-time home buyer. So it's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. The main level has the master bath and the master bedroom on that main level. And then there's a bedroom upstairs with a half bath and the big loft area. And again, a really affordable price at $164,900 to get into the Wayzata School District. Another one that I've got coming on, it's not listed yet, but it will be probably this week. They did new paint and new carpet yesterday. 8403 Morgan Lane in Eden Prairie. That's another 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse. It's about 1,504 square feet. There is the opportunity to add a third. There's a really big family room down in the basement, and there's kind of a natural divide down there where you could easily throw up a wall and add a third bedroom. Some of the people in that development have done that. That's going to come on at 192.7. That again, it'll have brand new paints, brand new carpet throughout. It was updated in 2007. The kitchen's and the bath, so relatively updated.
Nice.
And another pretty good affordable price in Eden Prairie at 192.7. I've got one coming on in Prior Lake, probably not until the next, say, 10 to 14 days. 14475 Raven Court in Prior Lake. That one's going to come on at $334,900. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, multi-level house. It's got 4 levels, 3 bedrooms on the top level, then the living room, great room area, step down a couple of steps, and then there's the kitchen, laundry on that area. There's a bedroom that's being used as an office, and then a full bath. And then you go downstairs, and there is a finished off family room, and you go down one more flight of stairs. There's another level that's currently unfinished but has an egress window in there, so there's the opportunity to finish that off. Right now it's about 2,100 square feet, so you could probably in the basement get it up to another, say, 2,600 or so. So again, that one's 14475 Raven Court. You can see that on our Zillow Coming Soon page, and that should be on the market in about 10 to 14 days. We will do pre-list showings, and again, that's at $334,900. One other thing I just want to get to really quickly. I had a closing yesterday. It's kind of unique, I guess. New construction. It was in Mare, so that's part of it, but the purchase price on brand new construction split level for about 1,500 square feet was $2,500. So there's a builder in that area who builds kind of in the really far outskirts of the Twin Cities.
$2,500?
That's really cheap.
I was like, wow, I'm going to Mare.
Yeah, $2,500 was the actual closing price of the new construction. So there's a builder out, and you don't get any bells and whistles, but if you're somebody who has a lower budget, wants brand new construction, so the basement's not finished, there's no deck, those type of things, but solid construction. And I'm not trying to pitch the business plan, but they do kind of no frills, new construction, way out of ring, so if you don't mind those travel, they actually have new construction under 200. So they'd probably go up to maybe 225, 230, but yeah, we close it at 205 for brand new construction at 1,500 square feet.
I have friends who live out in Watertown and Mare. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, and there's a lot of little communities out there.
Not that much further out from like where I live, over by Excelsior. It's not that far. Beyond that, and the values are incredible.
Yeah, and in this particular neighborhood, there's other new construction there, so kind of in theory, you're getting in at a really good time.
Yep.
And
schools are pretty good over there too.
Exactly. That's what attracted. They wanted to get a little further away from, a little further out, but they really wanted new construction, and your budget kind of dictates that.
Right.
Where you're not going to buy in Lakeville for that kind of budget. But yeah, brand new construction for right around 200. So
not Lakeville.
I was pretty excited for that.
For that price.
Yes.
All right, so now we're going to bring in our.
I got to plug a couple things.
Go for it.
The listing I had, I sold it in 24 hours. It's back on the market. Buyers fell through. Nothing major. It's just they kind of got cold feet and changed their mind. It's at 2637 Wilds Lane in Prior Lake. It's a detached luxury townhouse. Used to be a model home. It's loaded. It's awesome. It's at 369. So again, it's going to be back in the market today.
Okay.
So Tuesday.
And again, you can find all of our pre-listings on our Zillow page, and otherwise just contact any of us individually to find our current listings.
Yeah.
And you can reach all of us at TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com. Otherwise, my email address is ronjohnsonrealestate@gmail.com. My number is 612-817-5657. I have you on speed dial, so I don't know your number. So you have to give out.
I don't know anybody.
You have to give out your contact.
Your number is Ron Johnson.
Yeah.
612-986-4670. Call or text that, as well as email me, david@imperialhometeam.com.
And we already have your information.
Yep, and my phone number is 952-465-9728.
Okay.
I believe, yeah. And if I could talk about a memorial scholarship fund
Go for
a
it.
minute. All right. So, this is very important. The Jake Flynn Memorial Scholarship Fund Golf Tournament fundraiser will be held on Monday, September 19th at Brackett's Crossing Country Club in Lakeville. And it's obviously for an important reason. We've all came together as a community to help support the Flynn family, and we're going to continue to do that. So we need to make this scholarship a success. So we're asking for donations for silent auction, And what we're going to do is go ahead and set up a box here at our RE/MAX office in Lakeville, 17850 Kenwood Trail in Lakeville. Maybe some auction item ideas, maybe bottles of wine. I've seen people do bikes or game systems, Xbox, or any local business gift cards, anything like that. They can drop it by the office, and then I will get it to the Flynn family so that we can get everything all together for the scholarship. And also, if you're a local business or just anybody, you can sponsor a whole, or you can do donations. If you go to jakeflynngolfevent.com, you can register to sponsor a whole, or you can register for the golf tournament, or you can make a donation. So again, that'll be Monday, September 19th at Brackett's, and registration opens at 11. There's going to be a lunch buffet and a dinner buffet, so you can buy tickets to just do lunch, you can buy tickets to just do dinner, or you can buy tickets for the whole 9 yards. So,
Or the whole 18 holes.
or the whole 18 holes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And I will be there. I will be there. I'm sponsoring one of the holes, so I'll be there, helping out. Be there all day with the family. But it's a big deal. We need to show our support and keep at it.
Real
So,
quick, because our audience is pretty wide, can you just give
Yep.
a real quick snippet on who Jake Flynn is?
Yes, Jake Flynn is the captain of the football team, Lakeville South Cougars. Passed away in a car accident about 8 months ago. Him and Johnny, and he was a phenomenal kid. He made it look like, sorry if I start to tear up, he made it look like playing football and being the star of the football team, and getting excellent grades and being excellent academically was easy. He made it look very easy, and he was a phenomenal kid, and he still is. So, and also the first football game at the Lakeville South Cougars Stadium, we're going to do a moment of silence for Jake Flynn, and we would like the stadium to be full
Sure.
and show the Flynn family some support. So if anybody wants to attend the first game as well, maybe we can put up the website and show the schedule or something. Do that. I mean-
We'll blast it all over the video. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
so, yeah.
Everybody will hear about it, but we need to show our support. Jake was a really good kid, and
Tragic.
tragic. Yep.
Yeah, so we appreciate you doing that. Yeah, we'll have the information on our website,
Absolutely.
TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com. So now we're going to talk more to our guest, Mike Woodley, who's an old broadcast friend of mine.
Yeah.
Known
We
you
work
for a
together,
while.
but not quite in this. Not talking about things like this.
Not in this capacity, but that's why you network and you meet new people, because you never know, 15 years later, you're sitting here talking about solar panels on homes and things like that. But
Yeah.
I would try to run down your resume, Mike, but it's way too long. But no, sportscaster, newscaster, commentator. You've covered the Olympics on radio. You know, you've done radio, you've done television. Was it were you at 1330 for a while?
Yeah, I've been-
I think. Yeah,
There's very few places I haven't worked in the Twin Cities
Right.
or California, for that matter. It's
Yeah. So if you,
you know how it is.
yeah, if you listen, and then you had the show on Minneapolis 6.
I did some things there too, just to help kind of transition more into the real world. Most importantly, how I get to coach my kid in hockey. I'm home at night, which you weren't very often
Yeah,
when you're in the
not
sports
as a
business.
sportscaster.
And I think I got into the energy business because I was either open up a Blockbuster or get into the energy business. So
Good call.
I was going to open a printing press.
Yeah,
too.
there is.
VCR repair shop.
No, it's been interesting though. I really do enjoy what I do. I mean, first of all, I was kind of like, well, what am I going to do? I'm transitioning out of this deal, but because it is it's kind of the Wild West right now. The energy costs go up, and people are looking for ways to lower their energy bills. And I do LED replacements, retrofits. I do solar. Solar's actually, people go, solar, that's ridiculous. Or, and 5-6 years ago, I'd have never done solar. The reason why I introduce it to people now, it's a better deal for the commercial customer, but there are residential situations where it can work out, and we're finding that it's a pretty good investment in your own home. It actually shows a better return than putting in remodeling a basement or redoing a kitchen, because energy bills, I don't know, you guys probably know this because it's a factor now. The cost of electric bills in Minnesota have gone up 40% in the last 10 years. And they're expected to keep going up at a 4 or 5% a year increase They're not going to build any nuclear plants. Coal plants are shutting down. There's just a lot of reasons, and nobody's to blame necessarily, but it's just the reality. So if you can actually lower your bills by doing something yourself, it can make a bunch of sense. And there's also some incentives, which neither here nor there, but they're there, and someone's going to use them, including a 30% tax credit. In some cases, others. Xcel Energy has things. Dakota Electric has things. You can look at anywhere, on a commercial side, from 3 to 5 year return on a product. It's going to be 30 years of energy with warranty. Or on a home, it's probably more like probably a 6 to 10 year return, depending on your situation. But again, with warranties that cover the whole payback period, it's again, not for everybody. It has to fit, but the right people are looking at it, and the people I sell to are very, very intelligent people, and it seems like they vet it and they look at it as a good investment in their own home.
So when you sit down, let's just stick with residential if we can, since that's kind of
sure.
what we're doing. So you come over my house. And you say, okay, Ron, do you ask for my bills, or where do we start?
I'd want to see, and that's what's easy with the software I have. You saw me, I was my car sizing up for a customer I saw today. If I can get an address and a copy of an electric bill, that's usually a good place to start, because then I can see how much you're using, and if I can get 12 months, then I know how it ebbs and flows during the year. And then I can actually use my software and show what the panels would look like right on your roof. Or yard. Some people have a little bit of property in the back, or they might have a shed, or they could put a ground mount. It depends on the scenario, and it isn't for everybody. But if it is for you, I can show you what it'd be like, what the payback would be like, and show you how it can even help you pay for it with financing. And again, I think it's something that if the rates go up, like people are, about 10, 11, 12 cents a kilowatt hour right now. If they double, you know what that's going to do. That's going to make it harder. What you're really doing with solar is you're buying 10 or 15,000 kilowatt hours a year, depending on or more size. You're buying them for the next 30 years, and you do it once, and you get a 30% tax credit. And that's going to give you that amount of production for 30 years, and with very little maintenance and strong warranty, maybe no maintenance really. I don't want to say no, but very, very little. There's no moving parts. Sure. So there's very little things that can go wrong. But you put it up and then you forget about it. But it's going to give you savings each and every month.
That's one of the things too is when we're selling houses, a lot of times, much 9 out of 10 times, the buyer's agent's asking us, "Do you have a copy of what are the estimated monthly expenses? Trash, but they always want electricity and energy, because you look at you have a smaller house that may be poorly insulated. You have a newer house that could be much bigger but well insulated, but there's still this huge cost. But people want to factor that into their monthly expenses.
Yeah, they do.
And it's nice to know that if they can save some money somehow, they maybe they'll be able to buy a nicer house because the money it's saved on electric bills, or
save.
Maybe they can buy a 4-bedroom house in Lakeville. Right?
That's right, 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms.
4 baths.
Yeah, we have those.
Well, and the other people, there's a lot of, I'm noticing a lot. I mean, there's your standard homes, but you're seeing a lot of people, especially as you get here in Lakeville and Farmington and areas like that, where they might have another shed in the back where they might do business out of, or it's kind of a home, but they have a hobby farm type thing. I mean, those are perfect scenarios, because they might even have 2 meters. And if they have like a commercial meter and their home meter, if they can go off the commercial meter, then we can go for all the commercial discounts too, or benefits that are there. And there's a 25% cash grant these people can get from the USDA. It's a Rural Energy Assistance Program. There's a lot of things. And Xcel has a solar rewards program, which gives you 8 cents a kilowatt hour paid every year for 10 years, which can be anything from $10,000 to $20,000 in an additional savings. So, putting it all together, see if it works. I mean, that's kind of what I do. And what I've done, I don't charge people to find out. If they just want to, hey, I'm curious, I can do a lot without having to invest a lot of my time. So, let me know. I mean, I like doing this. It's kind of fun. And when we develop happy customers, it seems to really, really lead to more and more business.
I think it's curious too, because people get on in this maybe on the front end. If it becomes more and more popular, like things usually do, then it maybe gets a little more expensive, right? So if you can start kind of on the front end.
I mean, there's some people think it might even get cheaper because it has got, the price of solar has come down about 70%. the last 10 years. But I think we've kind of plateaued. In fact, what's happening is we're seeing more and more, they want to have the Minnesota-made and the USA-made panels become more and more. So how they want to do that, a lot of people want to start taxing the foreign panels, and we use made in America stuff almost always, except for a rare occasion. And if they do that, then the competition is not going to be there. So there's a debate right now. We can build, like I say, show a pretty good return, show a really good product, but it may come down a little bit, but some of these incentives aren't going to be around forever.
Sure.
So we always tell people, sure, you could wait, but maybe not a bad idea to look at.
Right.
You brought a panel there.
Yeah, I mean,
it kind of shows what we've got.
Well, this is a cutout version, but I mean, there's the back. It ties to the inverter. Really, these things are simple. We put them face them south, and you can drive cars on them. One of my manufacturers shoots baseballs out of jugs machines at them at 90 miles an hour, just to show you that they can.
How strong it is.
They can handle it. They drive cars on them. They have some of their overweight employees jumping up and down on them. I mean, these aren't gonna. And they're warranted for 25 years, so there's nothing much to it. And what happens is the sun activates the energy, and it's actually that's DC energy, and it goes to the inverter, the little box, turns into AC energy, and it goes right to your meter on your home or your business, whatever. And then, for the most part, turns it backwards. So as long as it's producing energy, you're not buying it from Xcel or Dakota Electric or whoever you're buying it from. It's creating it right there on your own site. We also, what's cool is modern technology. We have live data monitoring. So you can look on your phone and see what it's doing. You can look on your computer. And I look at every one of my customers to make sure that they're operating, because if something were to go wrong, we send our guy out and fix it. Sure. So there's so much, it's just so easy now. It's kind of fun.
I'm curious, you were saying that you're not buying it from Xcel or Dakota anymore, but those people are also giving credits. Is that because then you become less of a strain on their system?
Yeah.
Help with the other. Is that why
exactly?
they do that?
And that's the one thing too. There's a little bit of pushback from some of the cooperatives from solar, like, oh, we can't have this. We don't like the fact that you're generating power. But really, when you think about it, there's wind and there's solar. They're the two primary ones. Wind produces more at night than during the day. Believe it or not, I always thought it would do it the other way around. Solar, at least, is generating power during the productive time of the day. In fact, I'm going to, many times they say don't use your washer and dryer between 2 and 5 p.m. on a hot day, right? Well, that's when these are kicking at maximum production. So I think most people are finding that there's a value of solar that's maybe even better for the utilities and the cooperatives than they want to lay claim to, because it is providing power to the grid when they need to buy it. And sometimes they have to spend more money to provide that energy to you on a hot sunny day. When if you have solar on your house, that's generating the power. It's offsetting your usage. When the utilities are really, that's when they're strapped to try to find more to produce and keep you running.
Is an added benefit protection against power outages during storms, or
not really? That's one thing that people should know. That, I mean, there are battery backup systems for solar that are kind of in the works. Tesla's driving a lot of that. It's literally driving that. Mm-hmm. Right now, you'd be grid tied. So if you were on the grid, we go through an electric inspection before we go on. Is actually, if the power goes out, it'll send a signal to stop producing. And the reason for that is you don't want to feed the back line, the grid. Someone's out repairing the down lines.
Oh, right.
It could be tragic.
Right.
And so they call it anti-islanding, and we do that with every customer. So as it is now, if the power goes out, your solar array will not produce power.
Okay.
And you're saying it's not for everybody, and that's probably for a variety of different reasons. But I'm sure it's probably because there's some myths out there, maybe.
Yeah.
Can you dispel some of the things that people may think that aren't necessarily true?
Yeah, maybe first with the cost. I mean, there is some initial cost, but if you look at it as an investment, and a lot of times that's what you're talking about, homes and things like that. Yep. Generally, I do that, and generally people are finding, again, if you're talking about a product, you're not going to go anywhere. You're spending that money anyway. I said it's not new money. So if you're going to sit there, and let's say it takes 7 years to pay for a solar array on your home, but you're not moving, all right? What are you going to have after 7 years? A bunch of canceled checks to Xcel, Dakota, whoever else, or a system that's going to be giving you free energy for another 15 to 20 years. And that's when the energy might be at 15 or 20 cents a kilowatt hour, not 10 or 11 like it is now. Sure. So again, it's a little bit of a play on where it's going, but I haven't met anybody that thinks electricity is going down.
Well, right.
And if it does,
It's never going to.
if it does, and the other thing too, a lot of people with electric cars. If you're just plugging in your car at home, that's coal burned energy. You're not green.
No.
If you're plugging your Tesla into the wall, that's coal power. Don't tell me you're green. You're not. But if you have a solar array, you're creating enough kilowatt hours to charge your car, and we're finding that's another thing that we can do. We can size it so that you can do, if you want to be environmentally friendly, we can make it happen.
So really twofold, right? If you're a big environmentalist
Yeah.
or think that you are, then that, well,
It's true though. I mean,
some people may actually truly think they might be, but just don't understand.
Right.
It's just like anything else,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Like we all get in our cars, and
Sure.
can you be an environmentalist and not walk everywhere? But that's a different
That won't work.
a different conversation, right? But there's the environmental aspect of it, but then also the financial aspect of it.
True.
Which I think people that resonates maybe. A little
But nobody's for dirty air if they don't have to be, and
Right.
I don't want to downplay the environment. There is some pretty cool environmental benefits to this. I mean, if you're a business, like I deal with a lot of business, we just put 10 kW of solar on a coffee shop in Red Wing. They're the only coffee shop in the whole state of Minnesota that's generating most of their power with solar.
Wow.
They think that's cool. I think that's cool.
That's very smart.
I'm going to
bet
write a
the
few
customers-
stories about that. It's
I
going
bet
to
the
be in the
customers
paper.
probably think it's cool.
Yeah, they're going to put the monitoring in their lobby. They're going to put it Mandy's Coffee Shop. Go visit them. They're great people.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, it's a cool story. I'm on a liquor store in Hastings, and Ed Robinson doesn't know how to do the social media thing too well, but anybody should know if they ever stop off at, it's pretty cool that they're generating most of their power.
Right.
Sergeant's Nursery in Red Wing. You ever drive down 61, you'll see solar on there. They love it. Now, they're, for the owner there, Dave Lewis, to be environmentally green in a nursery kind of makes sense.
Right.
So, I mean, it does make sense for certain people, but primarily it's the money you can save them, and see if it's a good fit. Like I say, if it's the right people are very, very happy with this. Not for everybody, though.
And so where do you see then? Where do you see it? Do you see it going more toward? Because I know you're kind of in rural areas and,
Sure.
and also in businesses. Do you see it moving more toward the city? I'm sure there's spots,
Yeah.
right?
No, I mean, there are. In fact, I'm working on plans now with investors to put like solar on hockey arenas and churches, where actually the investors can be the people who support the programs.
Right.
It's kind of cool. Where like in Atomic Ryan, we want to put solar on the new arena they're building, and let people like me invest and actually see a return on that investment while saving money.
Right.
And then we flip the car keys to the school after 10 years, and it's still got 20 more years of free energy. And in theory, it should make it cheaper for my kid to play hockey there. I don't know if that'll happen. But there's a lot of ways of doing this. That's what I'm saying. If people are interested in with their home, their business, or even if they have a church or nonprofit and think we'd like to look at it, I work with everybody and show them what's out there. And if it's worth digging into, we'll put it all together and see if it fits.
St. Paul Governor or Johnson,
Yeah.
right? That's where you played.
I was a Harding guy.
Oh, were you a Harding?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why I thought that.
That's
but-
all right.
Okay,
But that was the big rival was the Johnson
Okay.
guys. But we had
You were
fun.
Harding.
We had fun playing.
yeah.
As a hockey guy, and they went to the state tournament the year before I played for them, and then they went the year after I left. So
Okay.
that shows you
That shows you a lot about the
Great impact on the court.
It skipped the year that you were playing.
Yeah.
yeah, but no, it's really interesting stuff. So I guess I'm curious then, how has the reaction been? Is it kind of mixed from people? Is it a tough conversation at first? How long does it take you to sell?
Well, I
something?
mean, kind of like I guess in what anybody's business. I don't want to convince anybody that's not on board and hey, more power to them. This is America. But what I just tell people is, if you want to know something, let's go through the numbers. Send a copy of a bill. Let me look at it. Let me look at where you live. If it isn't a fit, I'm going to say, don't do it. Or if you don't have the financial means to for the first part before you get the incentives back, or if you don't have a tax appetite to absorb the benefits, don't do it. But if you do, why don't you look at it and see if it makes some sense to you? You might be kind of surprised at what it can do.
Yeah, and we'll put links on our website at TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com so
Yeah.
people will be able to reach out to you as
And
well.
I do the lighting retrofits too. Those are kind of no-brainers.
Okay.
And for people, if they use their lights a lot, and some people do, look at Swap and LED. The products now are amazing. I mean, and we do all we can do all the rebates and put it all on paper for them. And if you're burning a lot of money, spend a lot of money with incandescents, especially, or even the fluorescent tubes now, you can swap over and make make sense out of it. And look into it. I mean, it's just good information.
One of the things, too, I know a lot of people will, over the years with the solar panels, especially in houses, is just the physical appearance of them.
Sure.
You know, have they gotten any more attractive? I mean, back in the day, we'd see these, pretty
Big
much half the
tones,
roof
yeah.
was just massive. And,
Right.
you know.
Well, they are. I mean, they put it this way: just like in anything now, you can design them right into the building. And with new construction, that's another thing. If you're looking at new construction, because you can design them right into the roofing and take an
Right.
additional deduction on a portion of the roofing materials. Because again, if you put these attractively and they're able to be positioned in, and it makes sense, it can look really good. We also got a new product that looks really awesome, and you don't even know it's solar, which is really, really cool. It's kind of, we're just kind of developing that relationship.
So it's top secret.
Oh,
Hush,
breaking
hush.
news. We haven't broken any news yet on this program.
Right
so.
now, it isn't.
Well, can you throw some numbers out there?
Yeah,
Let's say
sure.
somebody has a 3,000 square foot home, and maybe they've got 4 boys living in there that have all the lights on and playing all the video games and watching all the TVs. I mean, how much is a solar system going to cost? How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost to
one
put
name's
this in my
Arnold.
house?
I can help. Probably the best way to look at it is amount on a bill, because I mean everybody's kind of fluctuates, but a very standard size system for a larger home or an area like that would be it's a 10 kW system, which is a 10,000 watt system. Okay, for us to do that on a roof, the total cost of that would be varies, but about $35,000.
Okay.
Okay, but here's what you get out of that. Again, you put that in, you're able to get a 30% federal tax credit on that you can just, that's federal taxes you don't pay that year. It's not a rebate, it's a tax credit.
Right.
There's with Excel, there's a solar rewards program which would give you an extra about $1,100 a year. So that out of that, there's $11,000 that comes back in that incentive.
What about Minnesota Energy? Do they have any incentive or credit or anything?
Not really,
Okay.
no. Dakota Electric has one.
Okay.
But then the other part would be your energy savings. You'd be saving approximately, these are numbers right kind of at the top, but probably around $1,500 to $1,600 a year. A little more than that. Let's say like $1,600, we'll say $1,700 a year on your electric bill. All right, but you're not doing anything. Again, you're using those things, you're getting them back, and a little bit's based on inflation. I mean, if right now it's 11 cents, if it's going to stay that way for 30 years, it's probably more like a 12-year return.
Right.
But if it jumps the way that many believe, as much as 3.5% to 4% a year, you're looking at probably a 7 to 10-year return.
Okay.
On something with full warranty, made in America, with live monitoring.
And you can look at the monitoring on your phone.
Yeah,
like you said.
I could show
There's
you
an
right
app
now
or
what they're
something,
doing. Yeah,
really?
it's,
Oh, okay.
it's an app. We
Okay.
use Solar Edge. We like them. You could pop it right in and see what it's doing. That minute, that month, that year, you can add it all up. It's kind of fun.
Plus, and two, on top of that is when if you decide to sell your house,
Yeah.
that's a selling feature.
Well, yeah.
Because
Right.
you've already paid for it.
Yep.
Really. And,
Exactly. And you're
hey,
taking
guess
all
what?
the tax credits out of it,
Yeah.
and you're offering somebody something where that system would do about 13,000 kilowatt hours a year, which would be about $150 at today's money a month.
Right.
Thereabouts, depending on
Right.
the details. But you go to sell a home and you say, this one you don't pay an electric bill, or this one you do.
Right.
I mean, you guys tell me. I mean, I think if I had the choice of buying that home,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd become a anti-environmentalist if it was saving me money.
Right. No doubt about it.
But again, it
No
has to
doubt.
look right. It has to fit.
Yeah.
And that's what we're really good at, is making sure that it doesn't look ugly on your roof. We don't
Right.
want a dissatisfied person. But a lot of people have that south-facing space. Maybe it's away, no one even sees it.
Right.
A lot of cases are on the back of a garage or behind a garage. You never know. It can be anywhere.
Yeah, so I think probably that's a good part of our job, or a big part of our job is education when we're sitting down with a client who maybe is they have a solar panel or maybe they're considering it. But I think kind of what you're mentioning and being in all honesty, if you're going to live in your house for 3 years,
I wouldn't do it.
It's
No,
not a good idea. But if you're there for the long haul, or potentially there for the long haul, then it becomes a much better potential possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I got a kid in hockey. I got one that's in college. I mean, I'd like to sell to everybody, but I won't. I mean, if it isn't a good fit, it isn't worth it. You guys know. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want anybody dissatisfied. I don't want that at all. I've told quite a few people no. The ones that you say yes to, generally it's a good deal for them, or at least it's something that they could look at. and they can borrow money for, a lot of these people now use home equity lines. You can get money for 3.9.
Right.
Well, your rates are going up 4 or 5%.
Yep.
So in a way, you could say, well, maybe not a bad investment, especially since I'm going to get that big tax credit back that you could invest into something else.
Yeah, and you mentioned the kind of the comparison to doing your kitchen or doing your bath or refinishing your basement, which on the surface those things add value, but not if you did a bathroom that nobody else likes. Or,
Yeah,
right.
Or you did it,
Yeah.
you did it so custom to only your style,
Right.
and you spent $35,000 to redo whatever part of your house.
Or you're like me, you do the basement and then it floods out, and then you're stuck all
You
this.
just put in the drain tile.
I'm not, yeah. No, Excel turned the power off the day we got the big storm, so the sump pump didn't work. No, I mean everybody's got stories like that. My point is that as far as investments go in your own property, solar is about as easy as it gets because there's no maintenance, there's no moving parts.
Doesn't get outdated. Like,
No, I mean,
like
this-
countertops and
Right,
stuff.
or
It's
tile.
and it just sits, and it'll just every day the sun comes. Even on cloudy days, it's doing pretty well. And one other thing that was really cool. Minnesota numbers have been better than people think. Well, this was Minnesota. If this was Florida, when it's cold and sunny, these things scream with energy because there's no resistance in what they're doing. And for whatever reason, I think for that reason, the production in the cold months, shorter days, has been better than they expected. So you do better in July and June with total amounts. But what you get in those cold days, those cold sunny days, it's really, really good to see. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, it's like when you're driving down the road and it's -10, you can't see.
Yeah, it still melts. I mean, your driveway still melts, right? I mean,
Right,
think
yeah,
about that.
absolutely.
I mean, there's sun to be had out there, and you're getting good. And last thing I'll just mention too is net metering. That's one thing I just wanted to mention, which is it's in Minnesota. If your system's under a certain size, which under 40,000 watts, which most of them are well under that, you will get retail rate for any overproduction. So if you were to head down to Florida for 2 months and turn everything off and your solar array's up there and it produces a little bit more than you use, you're going to get retail rate for that overproduction that you can credit towards your next bill.
Oh, wow.
There's also there's no sales tax when you do solar in Minnesota. That's an incentive. And they cannot raise your property taxes, assess a value of your solar array.
Oh, wow.
Those are, I mean,
okay.
again, we don't know how much those might play in,
Right.
but that's all part of State Statute 216B, which was passed in 1982. It's
Very smart, even knows the statute.
believe me, I talk to bankers and lawyers all the time, and that's a state statute with no sunset provision. So you lock into this thing, you got your deal, there you go.
So kind of essentially, in theory, this could raise the value of your home.
I think
but then
so.
you're not going to pay the increased property tax based on that raised value. Where
Right.
if you did some kind of huge remodel and got
Right.
another assessment, and your
Yep.
house is now worth $30,000 more,
Correct.
your property taxes are going to go up.
Right, they can raise your property taxes, but not because of your solar array. They can't put a value on that. But again, that might be one of those things that are just good to have that card behind your
it
ear,
is.
because
Yeah.
that might be,
Yeah.
if people start turning against solar in the future, you got a few things stacked in your favor to look at. But not for everybody. I don't want to tell everybody that everybody should have a solar panel, and I'm not going to stress the green element as much as if they want to, I can show them the numbers. But I strictly it's not about saving the world, it's about saving money.
Right.
And then if you want to save the world, that's great.
Because you got extra money to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Improve your own world.
That's too. All right. Well, Mike, you have made us smarter today.
I don't know about that.
No, a lot
You
smarter,
definitely have.
actually.
You can encourage your people to call. I mean, I won't charge for all of this. The only
Sure.
time you spend money with me is when you order equipment.
Okay.
And I'm okay with spending some time with them.
So
You know
free
me, I like to talk to
consultation.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you may have a potential prospect.
Yeah,
sitting
right?
right there to your right.
Well, she knows someone who's got 4 kids,
She got- yeah.
4 boys, and 3,000 square foot
Yeah,
house.
that's amazing.
Keep all the lights on. And
So yeah, do you want to give out some of your contact
Yeah, I'd
information?
love to.
And
Again,
we'll,
I mean-
we'll put it on the website.
That'd be great. But you can contact me. My number is 612-386-0082. It's been my number forever. It'll stay that way. Sundance Energy Solutions. We have an office in Hastings. I live in Excelsior, but we're a brick and mortar company, A-rated with the Better Business Bureau. The company's been in business since '79. Licensed contractor. Everything is, there's a lot of fly-by-night people. And, like anything else, all of a sudden there's a lot of solar people showing up from California and all that. And I don't want to put them down, but we use all Minnesota electricians. The money stays right here. And we support charities like the concerts and stuff we
Yep.
talk about. We try to give back to the community. We're trying to build something here, and they won't go wrong with us.
And Brooke, why don't you have an event coming up?
Yeah, I mean,
Why don't you go ahead and plug that.
you
out?
guys please come.
Yeah, right?
And maybe we'll bring them down for your guy the night before, because I'm bringing
Yes,
in
please.
former members of the band Boston. You guys remember those
Yeah.
guys? Fran Cosmo was a lead singer for them for about 11 years. And then also other members of Boston I can't mention because the current band Boston guy might want to sue because they're becoming, but it'll be great. Band stuff, it's crazy.
Only time ever seen.
Oh, and also the former lead singer of Santana is coming, and we're doing this for pancreatic cancer. I do charity concerts for other things. My father-in-law passed away from it and started a fund, and what we did is we put all the money at the University of Minnesota's Masonic Center. They do a great job here, and so we're going to do that on November 6th. It's at the Poorhouse in Minneapolis.
Okay.
Tickets start at $20, so we make it cheap for those that we want. Like Mike Veck said, you can't sell a hot dog to an empty seat. We got VIP tickets that are more expensive if you want to meet the band and be in premier seating and all that. But I like people to come. I think they'll really enjoy themselves, and it's
Good
really
cause.
really good.
Been a good cause.
I have an idea.
Do you?
There you go.
Well, you know what? The Friday night they're in town. Maybe we can come down and do something for you.
Yes.
How about
please.
that?
We'll talk.
We've done it before.
Yeah, at the
We
top of the
can-
segment, I listed all the things that you have done in broadcasting. We talked about all the things that you've done as well now with solar. But you also do a ton of charity stuff. I don't know how long ago it was, but I went to the Scott Ledoux benefit that you did. Scott Ledoux, the boxer, from
2009,
Minnesota.
yeah.
who passed away from ALS. But you put
That's
on
fun.
a benefit there at the Elko Speedway. You brought in some of the same names.
We
Actually,
brought in Stallone because of the Rocky thing, and,
Yeah.
and then Jimmy Jameson, the singer Survivor, sang "Eye of the Tiger," so it was kind of cool. And for
Oh,
Scott
now I
Ledoux.
get it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
there you go.
And then we had Alex Wood, the Santana singer. We had Fergie Fredrickson, who sang with Toto. We had one of the guys that sang with Journey. We're gonna have some
Hey.
fun. We're gonna, it's really, really good.
We'll have some fun in alcohol.
Tell you what, it's
so.
really, really good.
Yeah, so you do a lot of good charitable stuff too.
And
so
the
that's
guys in the bands, they were big rock stars. They love doing charity stuff. They love having fun, and it's a great show. So I hope you guys. I'll just give that website too. If people
Yeah, go
want
ahead,
to.
please.
Headliner-band.com.
Headliner dash.
That shows you the people that have been with our band or play with their band, and we do charity events and things. We love to do them, and come in November to our event at the Poorhouse for pancreatic cancer, or maybe we'll be doing something here the night before. Who knows?
We
right?
will.
You're
Definitely.
creating partnerships.
I've already got it.
I know.
This is great.
And
It is.
we give a
Bring
donation.
people together.
We give a donation to the charity on everything we sell in solar. Too.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a good plug.
Yeah, it is.
There you
it's,
go.
It's a way to give back. It's
There
fun.
you go. I appreciate you coming in.
Well, I'm
It's
glad
really
you're
good.
doing well too. This is, I think
You're doing okay.
we're doing a football game. I think the last time we did something together.
Something like that, yeah, probably.
Anyway.
So yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. I know you made a long trip up here from starting in Excelsior and went to
Zimbrota today.
and now you're in-
I got a new customer today, so that was good. So it was
Perfect.
worth it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, we'll have to have you back after a while and see how the
Sure.
solar thing is going, and maybe we'll see at
Promote
one of your
this event that
charity
we're going to
events.
do.
Yep.
You know.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. So that's Mike Woodley. He
My
is
pleasure.
from Sundance Energy Solutions. Again, we'll have his information on our website at TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com. If you're interested in any of the pre-listings that we talked about, or if you've got a house to sell or you've got a buyer to match, feel free to get a hold of us.
Please do.
You can see the pre-listings on our Zillow page and also TwinCitiesRealEstatePros.com. So again, that's Dawn C. Prasad. She is licensed real estate agent with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. David Nelson, licensed real estate agent with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. My name is Ron Johnson, licensed real estate agent with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. This is the Twin Cities Real Estate Pros podcast. We appreciate you joining us. We'll catch you next time.